Hey guys, so I haven't done anything for a long time. A lot of stuff in the personal life, had to move, so that was a long, involved process. And so I have a couple things real quick I want to show. This isn't going to be usage videos. It's just going to show them to you real quick because with the COVID thing, all that going on, I don't really have any woods that I can go to, especially with large fixed blade knives. Anything over 3 inches is illegal in my state, so I can't do a lot of that stuff. But I had a couple things I really wanted to show off and be able to shout out. This is a new knife. It's called the Minuteman. It's from Lon Humphrey Knives. He makes some phenomenal, fantastic knives. Clip point. He has another one out that is that's bigger than this. It's called the Monitor. That one seems to have been a lot more popular. The reason I like this one so much is it's a little smaller. I've got a couple of really big knives, so I didn't need a big knife at this point. So I thought, let me see what these look like, and I really liked it. This is a great little knife. Goes perfectly. I've got another one. This is a curly maple handle, and it goes really good with the another knife that I have, orange liners, and it really goes great with another knife that I have. So I wanted to just show this off a little bit, give it a shout out. Nice little sheath with it, just a little dangler. Throw it on your belt off you go into the wild blue yonder. But nice, really nice little knife. This would be, in my view, is almost a perfect traditional hunting knife. Not that I'm really a hunter, but perfect if you needed it. Good for smaller game down to rabbit size. I think it's a little big even for a squirrel. A good sized rabbit, it would be okay for, and anything bigger than that, until you get to really big stuff like an elk or something. You're going to want a bigger, and that's where the Monitor would come in. But really great little knife. And this thing, be careful. It is sharper and the point is really, this point is just super sharp. So you want to really watch it if you grab something like this. Be careful. It's already gotten me once. I don't know if you can see it. It's almost healed there. I don't know if you can really see it. But just not getting ready to put it in the sheath and not paying attention and have my hand up, and it just went past the sheath, just a little tiny bit, boing, got me good. So you got to watch out, but obviously always be careful with knives. But he does some great scales. The scales are just unreal. He has all kinds of different types of scales. He does standard micartas as well. But definitely check out Lon Humphrey Knives. It's lonhumphreyKnives.com, I believe, his own website, and then he's on Knives Ship Free and DLT Trading. And these are, sometimes it's going to be hard to see here, but on the top of you can kind of see it's called brute de forge. In other words, you kind of leave some of the hammer marks and stuff. This particular one, some of them were more than others. This one's barely there. You can barely see it unless you're looking at it close up, yourself. But it doesn't really matter. That wasn't the most important thing with this particular knife. One of the reasons I got this was I also have a Lon Humphrey Alpha, and the Alpha is it's much bigger, completely different type of knife. It's not a clip point, but the scales and the orange liners match it, and to me they're perfect companion knives. It's a bigger one. The Alpha I would use for crafting bushes and beating wood into submission, although you don't really have to do that, and you can see in the background there something I'm about to talk about too. So this is just real quick. These are phenomenal knives. Again, it's not a usage video. I'm basically in my garage because you can't really be outside. Well, you can, but I don't have the new house. I don't have any woods around me, any trees around me really. that I could, set up around and do some stuff with for now. So maybe later in the year. The other thing, and what I've done, and there's other videos that you can see, one of the things I like to do is I like to just buy the bundles of wood that you can buy at grocery stores in the wintertime, and use that to showcase doing batoning and stuff, and then whittling and doing feather sticking and stuff like that. You can get some sticks for that, or really trim down some, and baton down, or use a hatchet and split some wood really finely, and then you'll be able to do feather sticking with that. I do that a lot. And then I have one of those little you can buy them at pretty much any of the stores, the grocery type store, big box stores, home big box stores, and they have it's like a big metal dish, and for your patio, and you throw wood in it. Well, hey, it's a great way. I take that down, use get some kindling, get some small little twigs and stuff, and use a fire starter, and perfect way to practice an emergency starting a fire without having to go into the woods, without having to pack everything up and go camping. Those things are great. So that's this one, Lon Humphrey Minuteman, and also the Monitor. Check both of those out. Phenomenal knives, and Lon makes just some unbelievable knives. This is 51-200, I'm pretty sure. Both of them were. He does 1095. He does some other stuff, but he generally sticks with the 51. Right now, he seems to be, and the 1095. And the one complaint most people will ever have about 1095 is, well, it's not that strong. It's not a super steel. Lon has this. No one knows how he does it. It's pretty much his secret. But he has a method for heat treating that's just phenomenal. Makes 1095 like a super steel in a lot of ways. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it's really well done. He knows what he's doing. So you want to check some of his stuff out for sure. Okay, another one here. Here's a hatchet. This is somebody that I found online. Mark McCoun. It's Mark McCoun Bladesmith. Of course, they'll be in the description box down underneath. I'll have links and stuff. Obviously, there'll be some stuff in there. Really nice guy. He forges everything basically at home. He's got his own forge and stuff. He does all this on his own. He has done these. This is sort of a kind of a standard. It's not really a pole hawk, but it's very close to a pole hawk. Very similar idea. It's a full hatchet. This is perfect for taking out. It's not hugely heavy. The way it's designed, it'll easily. And of course, this is all brute to forge. He keeps it all. He doesn't clean it up. He does. You just got a really good edge on it, but he doesn't really. He's leaving the hammer marks and stuff, which is really cool to me. So it's on eBay. It's Primitive Forge is his eBay name, and Hickory handles, which is pretty much. You don't get much better than Hickory for this kind of thing. There's to secure it in. This thing is gonna, and this. So if you're one of those people that says don't baton wood with a knife, why would you baton wood with a knife? Well, you don't necessarily have to have this. The point to me for that is that, well, why not have that as a skill? Do you need to do it? Probably not. And if you've got hatchets and axes and stuff, of course, that's what you're going to use. But on the other hand, if you're caught, somewhere, one of my favorite stories, when I was in the military, I was stationed in Everett, Washington, and there was a story that came out of, I'm pretty sure it was in Oregon, but it was in the early, mid-1990s. And it was when GPS was in its infancy, and there weren't smartphones and things like that, and most cars didn't have it built in. You bought it, Garmin, the Magellan, those kind of things that they were square. You plugged them into the cigarette lighter, that kind of thing. And some guy with his family, wife, 2 kids, and him, and he was going to use his GPS, and they were on a trip, and it took him up an old logging road, and he diligently followed his GPS until he got stuck, and it was. I want to say October, November timeframe. It was either right around Thanksgiving, or it might have even been right around Christmas. Well, of course, a snowstorm came in. And this is what got me started on prepping, because this guy had nothing. He had no supplies of any kind, had nothing in his car. They didn't even have clothes. It was just a day trip. So they had no extra clothing, blankets, nothing. Well, after a couple of days, stuck out there in the wilderness, no cell phone, no way to call anybody, he decided to go try to hike back up the trail, the old logging road, and see if he could go find help. Well, a day later, they found the wife and the 2 children, mild frostbite, not in very good condition, but still alive in the car. They found him face down about 5 feet from a stream. He was probably trying to go get hydrated, get some water. It was freezing temperatures and stuff. He was done. He wasn't there anymore. So they found him, but so that got me started thinking about a lot of this stuff. Well, if you've got a basic kit in your car and you got a knife, but you don't have a hatchet, it's either not something you wanted in your kit or decided you didn't really need it, you might want to know how to baton wood with a knife, without having to, without trying to learn how to do it in an emergency when you need some kindling fast to get a fire started. But I would carry something like this. Obviously, I do have another hatchet in my one car. This one is more of a bag axe for me, a bag hatchet. I would throw this in a bag, a haversack or something. I have a place in the mountains in Virginia, and we hike sometimes, and so this is definitely something that would go in that kit. But it's a kit that has stuff in it, but I would also grab some extra stuff. Always got a belt knife on when I'm up there, and I probably would bring another knife or 2 with me as well. So anyway, I just wanted to show these off. There's the hat, and hopefully you can see that. But there's his mark, and it's, oops, come on, Mark McCoun Bladesmith. So anyway, 2 little quick items that I just wanted to show off real quick. Again, in the garage. So I just wanted to show them off and get them up on my site so people could see them. And hopefully this is a quickie, no usage videos right now. I have a couple of other things to do, but I haven't really gotten there yet. So I'll do a couple of more, and hopefully I'll also have both of these with actual usage videos of them, so you can really see what they're capable of and what they do. But both of these guys, Lon Humphrey, of course, he's very well known in the knife making community, so the custom knife community, and most of his stuff, it's going to be pricey, but it's also, he pretty much touches every knife. He does some hammering on every knife, or mostly. So, most of what you're getting is, it's a semi-custom. At least you can consider it a semi-custom. So, and then Mark all his stuff is fully hand forged. He does it from, this one is, this is his axes. Most of them I think are 4140. I know he's used some different steels at times. So this is something that you're gonna have to take care of. You're gonna have to get some oil on it. You're gonna have to, keep it going because it's not a super steel. It could rust. So you got to be careful with them. Clean them off. Do what you need to do with them. But really cool knife. And he does some stuff. He actually does ones that are, he calls them war hammers, and the way it's designed, it's for breaching and he makes these and sells a lot of them to the military, active duty military, guys that are over in Afghanistan, stuff like that, when they need to breach into a wood through a wooden door, they've got something they can do that with rather than using the butt of their rifle. So they've got, and he sells a lot of these to military people. And from what I understand and have seen, as far as reviews and stuff, those guys really, really like his stuff, and they really think it's good stuff. So I wouldn't think those guys wouldn't know. But even just as a standard, the one thing I like about it, it's got enough of a blunt end here on the head, so a real pole hawk would be rounded, but perfect for you don't need to carry anything to put tent, stakes into the ground, or a shelter stake, stakes for a tarp that you're doing a lean-to or something like that. You don't need to do any of that stuff. You don't need to carry anything extra. This is going to help you process wood, and it's going to get them stakes in. You could probably use it to put in nails if you had to, carrying some primitive nails to get them banged into a, you know, get them banged into wood or into the ground, whatever. So, and that's what I like about this. And a traditional pole hawk, to me, that's what it's good for. There's a lanyard hole. I haven't gotten any paracord in there yet. I'll do that at some point when I'm deciding to actually sit down and watch TV for a while. I'll grab some paracord and make a lanyard for it too. You know, just for helping to hold, you know, get some extra grip onto it and stuff. But great stuff, man. And this guy is great to deal with. Great guy. He's in rural Virginia, so he's, and like I said, everything he does is hand forged. It's a full custom. I mean, he does the handles. He does the. I'm pretty sure he does the leather sheath for it too. So he does it all. I mean, this is a one-man show more or less. And this stuff is great. He's very responsive. You get something from him, it's in the mail within a couple of days, absolute max. I ordered one from him on a Saturday. He had the envelope, it was a small box, but he had everything done, ready to go, and actually gave me a shipping number on Sunday night, and it was out Monday, and I had it a day late. I think I had it Wednesday, so 2 days later after he shipped it. So he's very responsive. He does a lot. It does have a belt loop on it, but I would mainly use this for I would mainly use it as, like I said, a bag axe, hatchet, or that kind of thing, or in a backpack. That kind of thing. It's not heavy, but I'm telling you, I've already messed with it a little bit. It's gonna go through some wood. Don't doubt it. So, but anyway, I'll have some usage videos on these at some point. I hope soon. Next time I can finally get up to my cabin in the mountains and actually be able to use them, or at the very least be able to find some wood that I can use to show it off on. Because like I said, the place we're at, we're not there anymore, so I can't really do that now. But anyway, real quick and easy. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate taking a look at these. I know it's been a long time. I got a couple of other things that I'll be doing as well, but at some point here soon. So keep up. I'm going to try to get back to getting these out at least on a more regular basis than I have in the last 6 months to a year. Thank you very much.